The Admiralty of Rotterdam, also called the Admiralty of Damast, was one of the 5 admiralties in the Dutch Republic. History. The Admiralty of Rotterdam was founded in 1574 during the Dutch Revolt, when William I of Orange's supporters decided to pool their naval resources at Rotterdam, after a number of reorganizations seeking to foster cooperation between the admiralties. The structure of the 5 admiralties was determined and defined in a 1597 decision of the States General of the Netherlands. The Admiralty had branches for equipping warships, protecting overseas trade and traffic on the sea in rivers, collecting taxes, and jurisdiction over loot and prize setting. This situation remained in place until the Admiralties were dissolved in 1795. The oldest of the Admiralties, was based in the Princeton. The former St. Agnes convent at Bottersloot. An artillery huish was built in the convent brewery, and an Admiralty prison was built elsewhere in the complex. In 1644 the Princeton Wharf was demolished to make way for the construction of New Wemark, with the Admiralty moving to the northwest corner of Haringvliet. The artillery huish was, however, spared due to its non-central position on the Princeton Wharf site by the end of the Huibrug, but was demolished and rebuilt in 1759, probably using stone from the demolished late 16th century frontage of the Admiralty building. One of these stones shows the Admiralty's arms, with the crossed anchors and an abbreviation of its motto Pugno Pro Patria. The Admiralty's new 1644 building, the Admiraliteitshof, was an imposing classical building with a facade showing the coat of arms, and a square plan centered on a courtyard. It was demolished in 1884. For the end of the 16th century the Admiralty also owned the Slands Worth shipyard at the northeastern corner of the New Haven. It was demolished and rebuilt on the same site in 1660, then extended in 1662 with a second arsenal accessed by a very wide entrance opposite the east gate. In the second half of the 17th century, the New Haven was extended to the Buizengat harbour, and in consequence the Slands Worth was moved to the south bank of the Buizengat in or after 1689. In 1701, a part of the complex at the Granumdal end was destroyed by fire. The rebuilding of the affected wing was commemorated with the foundation stone laid by Diederik Ogendorp. In the 18th century the second arsenal closed and was modernized by the architect Jan Judici. G.D., which Heldbisdom laid its first stone on the 8th of May 1783. Resulting from all these extensions, a large rectangular building gradually took shape. In 1823, the second arsenal was refurbished for the Marines. In 1846, the Marine Corps was disbanded, and in 1868 it returned. After the dissolution of the Admiralties in 1795, the complex was known as the Naval Shipyard. It closed in 1849, the last building becoming a state-run bonded warehouse in 1855. The Admiralty also had a rope walk with associated buildings at the Legendijig just outside the Oostpoort. It was used from 1697 to 1847 and was 265 meters long by 10 meters wide. Fleet Guardians. Well-known Fleet Guardians of the Rotterdam Admiralty include Armand Phillips van, Lieutenant Commander Schout Bijnacht, Brakel Jan van, Vice-Admiral Kallenberg Gerard, Vice-Admiral Dorp Phillips van Raadslide, Ghent Willem Joseph Kersboom Lawrence Courtenaire Egde Bartholomeus, Lieutenant Commander Vice-Admiral Lieutenant Admiral Liefde Cornelis de Liefde Johanna Vice-Admiral Liefde Peter de Neck Jacob van Lieutenant Admiral Nes Art Jans van Schout Bijnacht Vice Admiral Lieutenant Admiral Nes Cornelis Jans van Nes de Jongery Jan Jacobs van Nes de Raudier Jan Jacobs van Nes Jan Jans van Schout Bijnacht Vice Admiral Scheppers Willem Bastiaans Lieutenant Admiral Tromp Cornelis Lieutenant Admiral Tromp Martin Harpitz Lieutenant Admiral Wassenaar du Ivanvoort Jacob van Lieutenant Admiral Wassenaar Odom Jacob van Lieutenant Admiral 1653 with Witte, Vlaggenkapitain Vice Admiral Battle of Texel. In the 1673 Battle of Texel, the last big battle of the Third Anglo-Dutch War, the Admiralty of Rotterdam provided the following ships and captains. Ships of the line: De Zeven Provinciën 80 Delft 62 Ridderschap 64 Voorzichtigheid 84 Gelderland 63 Vrijheid 80 Eendracht 72 Maagd van Dordrecht 68 Dordrecht 44 Zeelandia 42 Zeeland 58 Wassenaar 59 Frigates: Schiedam 20 Utrecht 34 Rotterdam 30 Harderwijk 24 Advierjachten Hoop 6 Rotterdam 6 Branders: Sint Peter Gisperkerk 4 Blackmore 4 Maria 4 Eenhoorn Louise 4